Hey, it's Will. If you're tired of the same old meals and want something easy, delicious, and a little bit different, you're in the right place. I'm not a chef, but I've been diving into simple Japanese recipes, and I'm here to share what I've learned along the way. Let's figure this out together. Today, we're making okonomiyaki, a savory Japanese pancake that's kind of like a pizza. Why? Because just like pizza, you can top it with whatever you like. Bacon, beef, seafood, cheese, veggies, you name it. The possibilities are endless. It's super easy to make, and with just a few basic ingredients, you'll have a delicious, customizable dish in no time. Plus, for those of you with busy schedules, you can make a bunch of these pancakes ahead of time and freeze them for later. On those crazy days, just heat one up, toss on your favorite toppings, and you've got dinner. Trust me, it's a lifesaver. Now, while you can get creative with okonomiyaki, here are some core ingredients you'll typically find in Japan: cabbage, eggs, pork, and okonomiyaki flour. I'm also adding some tempura scraps for extra flavor and texture. These ones are squid flavored, which is awesome. And if you don't have okonomiyaki flour, no worries. You can easily swap in regular flour. I'll drop a link in the description with some simple substitutes and a great site where you can find authentic Japanese ingredients in the US. We'll talk toppings later. You can get as wild as you want. All right, first let's chop up some fresh cabbage. It doesn't need to be super fine, but small enough so it cooks nicely with the batter. And if you're in a rush, don't worry. You can grab pre-shredded cabbage at the supermarket. It saves time and works just as well. In a bowl, mix about a half cup of flour and 1/3 cup of water. Stir until the batter is smooth. Next, crack in 1 egg. Now, traditionally, Japanese recipes use tempura scraps, but if you can't find them, no problem. You can skip it and it'll still turn out great. Then, toss in a handful of shredded cabbage and mix everything until it's well combined. And that's it! Our batter is all set and ready to hit the pan. Let's get started by heating some oil in the pan. You want it nice and hot. Now pour in the batter and spread it out evenly. Here's a tip I learned the hard way. Don't make the batter too thick. If you go too big, it takes forever to cook and is a nightmare to flip. I found that using a half cup of flour instead of a full cup like it says in a lot of recipes gives you the right consistency for even cooking. Next, we're going to layer some thin strips of pork, or you can use bacon, right on top. As it cooks, it adds this incredible savory flavor. So at first, I actually placed the pork in the frying pan before the batter, thinking it would help avoid undercooked pork. Honestly, the idea of putting raw pork or bacon directly on top of raw batter just felt wrong. But it turns out, my method only led to burned pork before the pancake was even ready to flip. Now I've learned that adding the raw pork on top of the batter while it's cooking works way better, and the pork cooks through perfectly without burning. Okay, after about 5 minutes, when you see the edges starting to firm up, it's time for the flip. Flipping was a major challenge for me at first, especially when I was making these pancakes too big. Keeping them smaller, around the size of a good omelet, makes flipping so much easier. And here's my trick. Slide the pancake onto a plate, place the pan on top, and then flip them together. No more pancake disasters. Once you flip it, let it cook for another 5 minutes until it's fully cooked through. When I first started making these, I would often get a bit nervous after flipping them. I wanted to avoid that soggy, undercooked center. So here's what I figured out. After flipping, give it a little press down with your spatula. If it feels firm and springs back, that's a great sign it's cooked through. Another trick is to peek under the pancake. It should have a nice golden color. I remember one time I was so eager to try it, I cut into it too soon. And well, let's just say the inside was a bit too gooey for my liking. So patience is the key. Allow it to cook for those extra few minutes for that perfect texture. And there you have it. Just slide it onto a plate. Now let's talk toppings. These are the classic Japanese ones: creamy mayo, okonomiyaki sauce, shaved bonito flakes, and powdered seaweed, or Aonori as it's called in Japanese. But don't feel limited. You can get creative. I even love adding spicy pepper flakes for a kick. Stick around to the end for some fun, out-of-the-box topping ideas. And I'll show you how to turn this into a family-friendly Japanese pizza night. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. First up, we're gonna zigzag some rich, tangy Japanese mayo over the top. It adds a smooth, creamy layer of flavor. Next, we'll crisscross with okonomiyaki sauce. It's basically Japanese barbecue sauce, and you'll love it. Now for that extra hit of umami, sprinkle on some powdered seaweed, or Aonori as it's called. It's optional since it could be a bit pricey, but it adds such a great flavor boost. And here's the fun part. Shaved bonito flakes flakes. They're bigger flakes of smoked fish. And the best part, they literally dance on top of the hot pancake. It's a smoky, savory touch that I just love, so I put a ton of it on. And for a fun twist, I even made one with cheese on top. Yes, cheese. Trust me, it's amazing and I'll show you later. All right, let's dig in and see how these turned out. Wow, this looks so good. Look at that. You see? Like a slice right there. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. See the layers? Here we go. Let's try it. What I love about this dish is the smoked fish is so meaty. I mean, it tastes meaty, and it's got that smoky flavor. And believe it or not, but the cabbage in here is still crunchy. It's crunchy inside, and the okonomiyaki sauce, like Worcestershire sauce, is sweet. With that combination of the mayonnaise, it is fantastic. Oh, I gotta try this again. I just love this. This is so fantastic. You have to try it, and you can put any topping you want on it. Wow, this looks so good. I don't know which one to try first. I'm gonna do the cheese one first because the other one is spicy. So this is kind of like a pizza. You can put sausage on the top, whatever you want. Look at that. I'm gonna use my hands like a pizza. That's wonderful. That is so good. Wow. My other favorite is this garlic sriracha hot sauce. This is so delicious. Oh man, I just love this. Let's take a bite. I'm gonna use my hands again. The mayo mix with this chili sriracha garlic sauce is unbelievable. It gives it like a southeastern flavor. It is so good. You can experiment with all kinds of toppings. Think ketchup, barbecue sauce, Frank's hot sauce, teriyaki sauce, salsa, or even ranch dressing. And don't forget bacon bits, fried onions, or anything else you can think of. Share any wild toppings you come up with in the comments below. Instead of pizza night, do an okonomiyaki night for a change. Set up a topping station and let everybody get creative. And there you have it, delicious Japanese pizza. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes in the kitchen. That's how we learn and get better, just like I did. If you love this recipe, check out my video on mabo tofu. It's another easy and flavorful dish. Just click the link in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more easy Japanese recipes. Thanks for cooking with me, and until next week, sayonara!